there's something I have to tell you guys that I can't hide anymore. After 17 years of making dance videos and over 30 million followers, this just doesn't make me happy anymore. And I'm gonna make a big change. But to explain what that change is and why I'm doing it, I wanna take you back to the beginning. Let's take it back to 2007, Charlottesville, Virginia, where I started my first YouTube channel. I had this dream of learning how to dance, but honestly, I was so bad. I'd seen artists on TV and music videos and was really inspired, but I didn't know where to start. I was an awkward, tall teenager, and I went to a school dance, and this is where my dance journey began. I remember everyone standing on the sidelines. Nobody wanted to get out there and be the first one to dance, and I was definitely too shy to. But I went home and I said, I'm not gonna do this at the next dance. So me and my best friend went and learned a few breakdance moves, came back the next dance a few months later, busted them out, and everyone went crazy. Everyone was out on the floor, dancing the whole night, having an amazing time. And I remember that feeling, how good it felt to help everyone else enjoy their night, get on the floor. And that was the first time that I can remember ever feeling like I was helping people, bring them out of their shell, have an amazing time, and just encouraging this sense of community with all my friends. So at this point, I really only know a few breakdance tricks. I'm starting to take a class here and there, but I'm so bad at picking up choreography. And I get invited to a dance crew audition. Some of the dancers in my city had heard that I could do a flip and a windmill, and they thought I might be a good addition to the team. So I go, absolutely terrible at choreography. I don't think I got a single step. But at the end of the choreo, I bust out a flip, bust out all my tricks. And they were like, you know what? We're gonna give this guy a chance. That was my first opportunity to really learn how to dance with this crew out of Charlottesville, Virginia. It was the first time that I felt like I had a dance family, starting to train with them, learning how to choreograph, pick up 8 counts. I even started teaching my own classes, and the whole time I'm documenting this on YouTube. And in 2009, I posted a dance video to Replay by Ayaz. I didn't even know what a viral video was back then. I didn't know that was possible. I was getting like 100 views on a video. I put up this class and it hit 600,000 views. And at the time, I was shocked. I didn't even know that 600,000 people were on YouTube, let alone watching a dance video. I kept posting videos. I kept teaching more classes. Suddenly, I was at 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. I couldn't even wrap my brain around. More people were subscribed to my channel that can fit in a football stadium. Like, the idea was so crazy. And next thing I knew, it was 500,000 and then 1 million. And that's when I realized I need to get out to LA. There was just one problem. I didn't have any money. There was no monetization back then. I was teaching some classes, but I was making $20, $30 for a class. And I decided I needed to find a way to save up, and I taught more classes. I posted more videos. I kept growing the channel. I learned how to DJ. And there was a point where I was working a part-time job at the gym, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then I would start teaching dance from 3 p.m. until about 8. And then I would go DJ at the club from 9 until 1 or 2. And then on the weekends, I was DJing weddings for 6 months to a year. I don't think I slept. I was just grinding, saving money, trying to get to a point where I felt like I could take this risk and move to LA. On 4th of July, 2010, I was at a party. I was with my friends. Everything was great, but I just felt empty inside. I felt like I wasn't really living up to my potential. And that night, when I got back from the party, July 4th, I packed the car. And on July 5th, I started driving. And it took me 4 days. And when I got to LA, I didn't know anyone. I didn't have a place to go because it was so last minute. So I actually pulled straight into the dance studio parking lot at Millennium, went in and said, do you guys have any classes tonight? And they were like, yeah, we've never seen you. Where are you from? And I told them, I've been driving for the last 4 days, but I'm from Virginia. And they were like, well, we got one class left. And I took that class that night, met someone in the class, started couch surfing with them. And that was the beginning of my move to LA. It wasn't very graceful, but at least I was there. So I'm in LA, so excited to be here. My channel's growing, I'm almost at 3 million subscribers. I was teaching so many classes in Virginia. I feel like I'm really coming into my own as a choreographer, and I'm so excited to take on this new city. And I get here and I can't book an audition. I can't even get past the first round. I go to the studio, I show them my videos, I show them my choreography, my resume. Nobody will let me teach. And then I get an email saying that there's been 3 strikes administered on my channel due to copyright from the music labels, and they're shutting down my YouTube channel. And all of this happened within the first 6 months of me being in LA. And I went from feeling like I knew the roadmap and I had the opportunity to being so lost and overwhelmed and feeling like maybe I didn't even belong here. and it wasn't the right decision. There was even a moment after one of my classes one night where I took the train down to teach this class in Hollywood, and as a teacher, a lot of times you get paid per student. So I think I was making $3 per student, and only 2 students showed up for the class. So effectively, my transportation to and from the studio costs more than I made to teach that class. And I was burning through my savings. I was getting to the point where I didn't really see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I remember sitting in my car after I came back from the train station and kind of questioning everything. Cried for a minute and thought, missed my family, missed my friends, had a good life in Virginia, was really comfortable, I had a lot of love around me. Why am I doing this? What's the point? And that was, basically rock bottom for me, where I really questioned going home. It was at that moment that I realized I had a decision to make. I was either gonna go home, go back to my life, or I needed to go 10 times harder. I needed to start a new YouTube channel from zero because I really believed in the power of being able to reach people and express your art. I needed to teach even more classes, even at the random studio with 5 kids. I needed to post more videos. I needed to go to more auditions. I needed to work out harder, train harder, take more classes, because the opportunity that I had in moving to LA and being able to do something that I love was something that I realized is so rare. None of my other friends moved to LA. No one else that I grew up with even had the chance to pursue something that they loved. And so I decided to turn all that negativity into motivation and give it a shot. So I decided to give myself 1 year. If at the end of a year I was still in this place, feeling lost, cool. Let's go back to Virginia and enjoy life. But for that next year, I was gonna go 10 times harder than I ever could have imagined. And what happened next was pretty crazy. Within that year, my channel came back to 100,000 subscribers. I finally got an agent and booked my first jobs, dancing on The Tonight Show, dancing on So You Think You Can Dance. I got invited to teach at a few of my favorite studios, and those classes were going really well, started to gain momentum. Another year passes, 2014, and my channel's up to 500,000 subscribers. Still far from where I was, but making my way back. And I had my first ever sold out dance class in LA. In 2015, the channel hits 2 million subscribers. I'm growing faster than I can count. My classes are starting to sell out, and literally every video I post is hitting 20, 30 million views. 2016, I hit 3 million subscribers. And that was a huge moment for me because that's how many I had on the first channel when it got shut down. So it felt like I finally made it back. All that hard work was paying off. And I started to feel like I really belonged in LA. And as if things couldn't get any crazier, later that year, I got onto my favorite show in the world, The Amazing Race. A race around the world, so many incredible experiences, and we end up winning the show.
And you are the winners of The Amazing Race, and you have won $1 million.
At this point, I feel like I've made it. I've won my favorite show, my YouTube channel's exploding, my classes are selling out, I've got a thriving community of dancers and students in LA that I love, but I had no idea that one of the toughest parts of my whole life was right around the corner. The exact success that I'd fought so hard for was actually what turned the dance industry against me. As I started to gain more success on YouTube and people started to realize that I was getting booked for jobs, I was getting teaching opportunities, I was getting to travel the world because of my success online, a lot of the dancers and choreographers in the industry started to label me as a YouTube choreographer and said that I wasn't really deserving of the success that I was finding. They started encouraging students to not go to my classes. They started telling artists and agencies not to hire me for jobs. And a lot of them were friends of mine, really close friends. And a lot of these industry dancers and choreographers really didn't feel bad treating me like this because they assumed I was making a lot of money on YouTube. But that actually wasn't the case because the record labels were taking all of the monetization from all of my videos. So I was actually making nothing. And I tried everything possible to figure out a way around this. Not just for me, but for the rest of the dancers that were out there that were making amazing content and putting not just energy, but money into their videos. I tried having meetings with the labels and working out deals for us. I tried posting videos to royalty-free music. I even remade some of my favorite songs so that I could try to monetize them without the copyright blocks. I remade Cardi B, Drake. They weren't great. And eventually they caught on and blocked those as well. And I've actually added up how much money I would have made on YouTube monetization across my entire career if the record labels didn't take it all. And it's around $15 million. So you're welcome. record labels. And so I felt like I had this thing that I'd been working so hard for, to create opportunities, not just for myself, but for all of the dancers that came to my class, that collaborated with me. I wanted to get us more opportunity, better treatment, but they didn't see it that way. I stopped getting invited to parties. I get kicked out of group chats. I felt like the whole industry here in LA was starting to turn on me. And then on top of all this, I get a letter in the mail, and it's from my agent, and he said that they're dropping me. At this point, I'm just kind of questioning what I did this all for, thinking, I went from such a high to what felt like everything being taken away. But the one thing that never left me was my online community and the dancers around the world that were supporting me 10 times more than anyone in LA could ever hate on me. It was you guys that helped me through that time, that gave me that light at the end of the tunnel. Your guys' support never wavered. Anytime anyone said something bad about me online or hate comments, you guys were always there, always had my back. And now it's 2017, I've been posting online for 10 years, and we hit 5 million. 2018, we hit 7 million. 2019, we hit 10 million. And because of this, because of your support, celebrities start reaching out, TV shows, movies start reaching out. I was on Step Up. I got to choreograph with Jason Derulo, dance with Taylor Swift. Ellen invited me on to dance a couple times. And it wasn't just my career that was taking off. All the dancers that I was featuring in my videos started to grow their channels. They started getting opportunities, and some of my proudest moments were seeing my students book their first jobs, dance for their favorite artists. And by 2020, the channel had hit 12 million subscribers, and I was the biggest dance creator in the world. But little did I know something else was about to impact the whole world besides my videos.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
So COVID hits, and everything that I love about dance is changing. The studios are shut down, my tours get canceled, my TV shows get canceled. We're not even allowed to be in the same room to film videos together. And at the same time, TikTok starts blowing up. Short form content becomes popular. Filming vertical on your phone, dancing in your bedroom, everything just felt so foreign to me again. And maybe I'm just from an older generation, but I just never was able to connect to it the same as I did with you guys on YouTube. So I wanted to do something to keep our community alive and bring us back together. And that's when I created DNCR, an online dance academy where we had regular dance challenges, tutorials. You guys were posting your videos, supporting each other. We were all growing together. And as amazing as building that community is, I still feel like something is missing. And that brings me to why I'm making this video and what's changing. Because the truth is, I'm not happy making dance videos anymore. I feel sometimes like a hamster on a wheel, just trying to keep up and drop new videos every day and cater to the algorithm or the new trend or the new song. Honestly, it's exhausting and there's no connection. I miss inspiring you and reading your comments about things that you're doing in your life and sharing my life with you, instead of just a 10-second video that's here today and gone tomorrow. And that's why I'm taking this channel in a totally new direction. I'm gonna be bringing back some of your favorite dancers onto the channel, telling their stories, diving deeper, seeing where they are now, doing collabs with some of your favorite influencers and celebrities, and really putting a focus on storytelling. I wanna do documentaries, I wanna do a Netflix series, I wanna travel the world, and I want you guys to be part of this. Because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have made it this far to begin with. And I'm so grateful that after 17 years on YouTube, I still have the opportunity to make videos for you. So if you're down to take this journey with me, I want you to comment below a dancer or an influencer or a celebrity, anyone you want, that you want me to bring onto the channel. I'm gonna pick one of your comments, I'm gonna bring them on, we're gonna tell their story, dive into the drama, and of course, we're gonna make them dance. And thank you. Thank you for being a part of my journey so far, letting me live this insane life that I never thought possible when I was a teenager dreaming of being a dancer in a small town. I am forever grateful and so excited to be with you guys on this next chapter.